The Credit Show podcast with Harry Jacobs starts now.
I need to address the FHFA mortgage structure. Again, we did this on the radio show last week, and I thought I would put a podcast out about it. It's frustrating. You know, I first of all, I have to tell you that I come at this from the perspective of being a consumer guy. You know, I'm in the business. We're in the business of helping people with their credit. And while the goal of the Biden administration is admirable to make homeownership more accessible, it's hard to justify that people that have worked hard for their good credit score are now being penalized for it. And I want to help you to understand if you're seeing headlines or getting pieces of this and you don't fully understand it, I want to explain it to you, and hopefully this will help you to better understand, get your arms around what's happened here. Listen, the headline is probably most important, right? People that are being penalized are the people with good credit, and the people that are getting the pass, so to speak, are people with not good credit. Now, the rule only applies to Fannie and Freddie loans. Those are the government-backed loans. About 60% of all loans in this country are done that way, government-backed. Now, under this structure, which went into place on the 1st, Fannie and Freddie will no longer require 20% payment, or 20% down payment, rather, on all loans. They're no longer going to charge fees either that are based on the loan-to-value ratio, right? Those loans are going to be based solely on credit risk. And this is where the issue comes up. Those with lower credit scores will pay smaller fees than those with good or perfect credit. So we are rewarding those who have not been as responsible, or have had trouble, or have been underbanked, or whatever whatever the term is that you want to use. And again, as someone who helps people, I know firsthand how difficult it can be to improve your credit score. But it's disheartening for me to think that consumers that have done the hard work, that have made it difficult, that have paid the bills on time, and just done the right thing, are now going to be punished as a result. It's a slap in the face to those who have been responsible with their finances and made sacrifices. You know, listen, you may be listening to this thinking, I'm going to buy a house, but I don't want to pay the fees, so maybe I'll do something to dump my credit from 800 to 680. That's the thinking, right? You know there are going to be people that are going to game the system that way. Why are consumers with 700 plus credit scores being punished? One must wonder, have we crossed a line here that we shouldn't have? Now listen, I'm not an economics expert by any stretch of the imagination, and God knows, again, I'm all for helping people, giving people a second chance and an opportunity. It's what we do. We help people. But isn't this part of what created the bubble to begin with in 2008? There appears to be this view, which clearly comes, from liberal political leaders, that homeownership is some unalienable right. There's nothing in the Constitution which guarantees homeownership. I get the spirit with which this bill was drawn up, but to punish those who have worked hard and have done the right thing and somehow put it under the veil of privilege that those people are getting something really that everyone else should have, and it's a right to get into a home no matter whether you pay your bills or not, and to not be astute enough to review recent history, 2008 wasn't that long ago, and take seriously what happened. And furthermore, not to give consideration to the frailty of our economy at the moment. It's preposterous to me. Obviously, the program is new, and the full impact is yet to be seen, but Jesus, isn't it clear that the construct of this represents a step in what may be the wrong direction? Especially where we are right now economically? Only time will tell what the full impact of these changes are going to be. But in the meantime, I hope that the administration will listen to feedback and concerns. Probably not. But there are a lot of people that are frustrated, including me. I just don't understand it. I wanted to help you understand at least the points of this. And I'm sorry for the rant. I'll be more positive next time, I promise.
You've been listening to the Credit Show podcast with Harry Jacobs. If you need assistance with your credit, text CREDIT to 702 778 2000.